Good morning. So today I'm getting on here for a tutorial. So as usual, got to start from the very beginning, go all the way to finish. So of course I'm starting with oh shoot, the foundation primer. Primer is important because it fills in the pores and sometimes we get little divots and stuff from scarring and stuff like that, so it fills all that in, keeps our makeup from sinking into the pores. If you've ever noticed halfway through the day that it looks like you don't have any makeup on, well, it's because it's all synced into your pores. So wearing a primer prevents that from happening. With the foundation primer, you want to do, like I was doing, small circles, upward, outward motion, so that it's filling in so the pores around. So you want to fill in all angles of the pores. So that's why we say do small circles everywhere. Upward, outward motions always to counteract gravity. Then I move on to the under eye corrector. That helps that little bit of purple that I got under there. This is specifically pigmented to cover and counteract the purple and blue pigment that happens under the eyes. So you want to use your ring finger to rub that in, because your ring finger is the weakest finger, and that skin right there is the most sensitive skin. So gently rub that in. Next, for concealer, I am using CC cream. I'm not using it all over, but you could use it as a base under your foundation all over if you wanted to. I am just using it like where I would normally use concealer, and that is in the areas that are like extra red. They need a little bit more coverage just to counteract and cover up that red pigment there. And my skin is a little bit red today because I did do the microdermabrasion today, so it does cause, it's not irritated or anything like that, it's just a little red. So fresh baby skin there, you know. So I just use my brush to rub that in. Okay. For my foundation, I am using the TimeWise 3D foundation. It has a color match technology in it, and I like the matte wear because it has oil absorbing properties in it. So for my oily skin, it's really good for that, and I like a matte finish. So this is how I apply it. I just like to put it on. For me, it's easier to apply it smeared all over that way, but you could put it directly on the brush or put it on the back of your hand and dip your brush into it, however you want to do. It is a personal preference, but I do recommend using a tool, a foundation brush, a sponge, just something other than your fingers, you know, because you just get a better coverage that way, and the reason I start from the inside and work my way out is so that most of the product is in the center of my face, and then it gets thinner as it goes out to the outer edge. That helps to prevent any cakiness or any lines. I don't really get that with the Mary Kay foundation, but I know with other foundations I have before. So like in the camera, this looks really light, but you've seen, you know, my pictures in the car, that is in sunlight. You guys know that I don't really care for filters. Every once in a while I'll use a filter just for fun and in my reels, but when I am trying to do a tutorial or demo a product, then I don't like filters. So it does match my skin tone. So that's what that color match technology does. After it sits on the skin for a couple of minutes, it will turn to matching the skin tone that it is on. So, but you do still have to have it like really close to your skin color, your skin tone, or your, you know, it still struggles. So make sure that you got it as close as you can. But when you sample it and say that first it's a little too light or a little too dark, I have found that it's better to go lighter because it will get darker. So darker, when I've done that, it just seems to get darker even. So I do recommend going like a shade lighter. If it looks too light by like one shade or half a shade, that is perfect. That's the shade that you want. So with the Mary Kay 3D foundation. So this week I'm using this palette that I created. It has Biscotti, Chrystaline, Dusty Rose, and Expresso. So I will be using these for the week because that's what I like to do. I like to give it a whole week to see how I like the colors and to see if like different ways to apply it. So that's what we're doing today. Right now I'm using the Biscotti, and I just kind of use it as a base from lash to brow, just to kind of give everything a good clean base there, like so. Now I'm taking Dusty Rose, and I'm going to do my vertical application today. So you put that on. This is a mid color. Put it on about halfway through. You could go over a little more if you want, like in a little more if you wanted to. Depends on how much color you want. What are you going for? If you really like the color that you're using in the middle, then by all means take it in a little farther. Next I'm using the Expresso color on the outer edge. Now, because I have a hooded eye, I take my colors up to the brow bone. If you do not have a hooded eye, you don't need to do that. You can keep your colors lower if you'd like. And I would love to get together with anyone who has a different eye shape than me and just kind of play around and see what looks good on you, you know? So we put this Expresso on the outside corner. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, just to kind of mix things up a bit. So I'm going to use the, not that, that's under eye corrector. Wrong one. Where did it go? Here we go. The concealer, just like a swipe there. This is a cream eye color brush. I wanted to use a cream eye color in the lightest one, but I couldn't find mine this morning, so instead we're going to use the concealer. I might have put too much on. You do want to make sure that you have that patted down good, or it will cause creasing. You got to be careful not to use too much, because if you use too much, it does cause creasing there, so we don't want that. So I'm just kind of removing some of that. Okay. And like that came out a little far, so I'm going to go back in with my Dusty Rose here a little bit. And then I'm going to use the Chrystaline color in the center. Just watch how much that pops on that. I love the contrast that it creates when you give it a base like that, and it makes the lighter shade pop more. And then because the lighter shade is more visible, then it makes the darker shade more of a contrast. So I love that effect. It's been a long time since I've done that. Right now I'm just using the Biscotti, Biscotti color here. You could use Blossom too. That's a very lovely, beautiful, another of my favorite highlighter colors. So this palette is not as sparkly. The only sparkly color is that Chrystaline in it. Now the eyeliner. So I've already put it on my bottom waterline there, because I don't think people like to see my eyeball wide open like that. Anyway, as you know, I bring it up like this because it has a lifting effect on the entire face, not just on the eyes. So I bring it up. I'm not really into the wing. I can do a wing, but it's okay. Some people can do it really, really well. But for me, I just want it lifted. So put that on. And notice that I did not pull on it with my other hand. You don't want to pull on your eye skin as much, because the skin is so fragile there, has the least amount of muscles, and so it can't really pull back or regenerate the way that an area with muscle could do. It has a harder time repairing itself. So you don't want to stress it out so much by, pulling on it and pushing on it and whatever else we do, rubbing them. We do a lot of damage to our eye area. So we don't want to do that anymore, right? We want to, now that we know better, we want to do better, right? Forgive yourself for what you didn't know. It's okay, but now you know. So now you do better. And this is just gently lifting it up to get that area in there. And that was a smudger brush that I used to kind of soften that eyeliner line. Mascara, I like the Lash Love. This is Lash Love Lengthening. I like it too. So you shake at the root to give it volume. You can do that with any mascara. Give it volume. Then my second coat I pull out. Out and up, y'all know that. There's one thing we learn as teenagers, it's how to apply mascara, right? Like a rite of passage. There we go. Moving on to blush. Right here. No farther than that. Although, I've seen some people do it and it looks great on them. But if you're like me and you're kind of leery about blush, then you don't want to go in too far. Just keep it on the outside to work like a contour for you. There we go. See, just a little, just enough. Okay, then I do my translucent loose powder. It's upside down. Or absorbing properties, and it also helps to just kind of set everything, and to me it lets everything blend and look natural. There we go, doesn't take much. Ooh. Always remember to brush your shirt off after using that. As you all have seen me on here with a messy shirt because of the powder. Okay, moving on to lips. I'm using the Rose lip liner. The X helps you start the Cupid's bow, or whatever that thing is called there. It helps you to, you know, do the lift right there. I am not going to fill it in today because I kind of want to try something different today. So this is the Subdued Nude lipstick. It's like a hot pink lip gloss. I can't remember the name of it. If you ask me, I'll tell you. I'll put it in a description. Oh yes, I do like that lip color. Very lovely. Okay, now moving on to brows. I've been forgetting them and leaving them to last lately, so what is what it is. So you want to start kind of in the middle of your brow there. Work your way out, and that's in case you have like a big clump on there. It just makes it easier to blend it out than if you started here and you had a big old clump, then you don't have much to do with it. So we always want to prevent accidents, right? So anyway, it's a small, teeny tiny mascara type brush, and you just kind of brush it through. Small strokes going. I go up and out. So there it is, my completed look for the day. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that whatever you have to do today, that you find joy in the moments and that you make today great. You gotta know that. The power is yours. It's within you, whether you have a great day or not. Yeah, things might happen. Crap might happen, but you choose how you respond to what happens. You choose what you'll make of the day. And I pray for you all, and I pray that you seek the Lord and His will in everything that you do. So may you all have a blessed and awesome day. Love you.